Hey guys, this is the fifth and final game in the World Championship semi-final here between our two NA competitors, Azumo and Antrisi. We've got the Zoo Warlock on Azumo's side up against the Murloc Paladin here on Antrisi's side. Who do you think is favored going into this matchup, Monkeloid?
Not sure yet. I think it's gonna depend on who's gonna get the coin here because like this game is all about board control, and if you can start first with that one drop, curve out your minions and get the value trades as first, you're definitely gonna take the game because both players have no cards that can actually swing the board pretty easy. But let's see, because we're already jumping into the game.
Yeah, definitely. Going to be looking to spam the board with early game minions here, try and spread as wide as possible in the early game and take as many value trades as possible, definitely.
Tracy, this getting away is one drop here. Not sure if that's correct. Getting the second call to arms, that can actually be pretty strong, especially if you're sitting on the coin, going for a turn 3 and turn 4 call to arms. And I don't think Zoo has a pretty good shot of like clearing all those small minions that early.
Yeah, it looks like he mulligans away the one drop, so he can go 1 into 2 into coin 4 into coin 4. We'll see how that goes. Azumo does pick up the one himself and has the Vulgar in hand as well. A strong start from the Zoo.
Yeah, pretty important here for Azumo to pick up that one drop because he didn't have one. And if you're already behind early on against the Murlocs, this Murlocs can snowball really, really fast. And Treasy finding the Grim skill, contesting the Cobalt pretty well here.
Yeah, just one play here for Azumo, playing down that Vulgar. Question of trade or not to trade, but I imagine since coin Wally is a possibility, he will be trading here. Yeah.
This 2-4 is pretty nice, but the Murloc Tide card is contesting it okay because like the Vulgar cannot really clear it. Azumo is playing the Demon Fire and the Blood Freer potion, is, if I'm correct. So pretty big chance Azumo is gonna buff the Vulgar here and make the value trade on the Murloc Tide card. So he decides to coin out the Rallying Blade and make the preemptive hit. I'm not sure if that's correct though.
Yeah, even against the Blood Fury potion here, the Rallying Blade wouldn't even be able to kill it, so I'm definitely not a fan of this line.
Nope.
And we see Punish here from Azumo, picks up that Glacial Shard off the tap, and that's just going to deny the weapon swing completely.
Yeah, look at this, Azumo already taking the early board control. And Treasy finding the second Murloc here can buff the Murloc Tide card even to 4 health. But we see already the perfect answer in Azumo's hand with that Soulfire. So pretty good start here for Azumo and a pretty weak start for Entreezy. But still he has that double call to arms in his hand to
yeah, he's so far behind on board. He feels he has to just develop the board here with 2 minions rather than getting the value of the hero power. Scared that like this isn't going to be down to value, it's going to be down to tempo here.
Yeah, definitely. Most of the time these matchups are decided by tempo anyway. And look at this pickup for Azumo, finding the Blood Fury potion. Almost the best pickup he could have there. Yeah, and this Soulfire clearing that Murloc Tide card must feel really, really good for Azumo.
Yeah, so Antreezy's so far behind, just gonna have to go for Call to Arms and hope for a Knife Juggler hit onto this 5-4.
Is he gonna get it? No, he's not, but still a pretty decent one. Double Murloc, protected by the Righteous Protector, and he's kind of preemptively hit again. Oh man.
Yeah, he just saw a Spellbreaker discarded, so he's not going to play on the second one here, which I can see. And yeah, that'd be the only punish here, really.
Spellbreaker pretty good here, can silence the Righteous Protector and get a pretty good trade on the Rapu Hunter. Yeah, and Azumo is playing really well here. They already said he's the top favorite in this World Championship, and I can see why. He's playing really solid.
You don't get to be top point earner in NA for no reason, and he's definitely showing his skills here.
Yeah, of course, and Treasy had a pretty good run this year as well. Did beat Tom in the summer finals, and yeah, that's why he's probably here now in the semi. But he's making some questionable plays here in this game.
Yeah, but getting Knife Juggler the first off Call to Arms, definitely not a questionable play there.
No, definitely
helps clean up the board a little bit. Has to decide now if he wants to train to this 1-3 or not. Respect the Despicable Dreadlord that we do see in hand.
Yeah, and then Treasy wants to stick some Murlocs on the board. He's sitting on a Gentle Megastar, and if that's gonna get off, that's the point he can probably come back into this game. But Azumo having a pretty good pickup here for himself as well, with the Crystal Weaver, buffing his Void Walker, and even having the Demon Fire to buff it even more. But let's see what Azumo is going to do here.
Yeah, so could buff this, or if he wants to clear up more Murlocs, he's scared of a War Leader or Megasaur, then I imagine Demon Fire will come down to help clear up the board. Yeah, and we see him using the Demon Fire just to clean up more Murlocs here.
Yeah, and also you really want to kill that Knife Juggler. It's gonna be so scary. And Treasy can spam a bunch of 1-drops and with the hero power, and if he hits some good juggles, yeah, and Treasy can come back from that point on. And look at this draw for Entreezy again. Pretty good, pure Fire Maul. can almost clear everything and develop a good board for himself as well. Curving out into the Jago Megasaur. I think Entreezy is looking pretty well here.
Yeah, I imagine Purifiers Maul comes down this turn because the Megasaur adapts are better when your minions can both attack. Something like an attack adapt is much better when your minions can trade well rather than when they're just on board asleep from being played.
Yeah, Entreezy has to find a redemption or a noble sacrifice here to make a comeback into the game, but he finds none of them. This is horrible for Entreezy. This is not what you want to see here. What is he going for? He's even going for eye for an eye. I think he's want to raise his opponent.
Yeah, looking like he's starting the race here. Could have gone for Repentance with some tempo, maybe get that on a Doomguard or a Dreadlord. Yeah. But there are lots of low HP minions that might be played. And he's looking for the race, but then he takes the 5 here, which is going to put him quite far behind in the race now.
Yeah, that was a horrible mistake, I think, for Entreezy, especially because Azumu picks up the Doomguard here, only being 1 damage of lethal, 1 damage off to go to the grand final. And the big question is, can Entreezy turn this game around? This is not looking good for him.
He gets the 5 damage from the Eye of Night, is what he's looking for. Azuma going face there to play around the redemption. And has a choice between Doomguard and Dreadlord. Going to save the Doomguard for next turn for the burst and just develop the Dreadlord now.
Oh, look at this draw. Murloc War Leader into the Gentle Megasaur. And if he finds Wind Fury, Entreezy's actually going to the grand final. Is he going to get it? No, he's not.
This is out here. Attack is 1 damage off, I believe. And if this Purifier's Maul had been swung face last turn, that would be lethal here for Entreezy.
Oh man, Entreezy still can clear everything and develop a good board for himself as well. Azumu is still in a pretty bad spot here, because he's just 1 damage off, and this Doomguard will discard everything he's gonna pick up. So even if he picks up the Soulfire, he's not gonna win the game.
Yeah, we might have to go for some RNG swing there with the Soulfire. And Entreezy, though, might decide that in order to best race his opponent, he needs to take some damage with the weapon here. But I'd like to see just the trades and pick attack here. And then you have 11 power on board next turn. There's lots of damage out, so you can hit in your deck.
Definitely. Also sitting on the Divine Favor as well. So even if your opponent taps and having 2 cards in your hand, you can even draw 1 or 2 cards extra yourself to find some damage. And this is looking really good for Entreezy. And what is he doing now? He's face tanking with the weapon, and this is gonna be it. Azumu is gonna go to the grand final with the Doomguard lethal here.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Entreezy there just thinking, I can't play on Doomguard anymore, and here it comes down.
Of course, he did set up lethal for himself in display, but now he just lost the game. And Azumu shows why he's the favorite play, not making any mistakes, and now he's going to the grand final. Well done by Azumu.
Yeah, definitely. He's won 9 majors so far this year. We'll have to see later if he can make it a 10th.
Yeah, we will see that in the next match into the grand final. We will see you guys later.